Hello, my name is Patrenia Werts Onuoha, and I'm the principal coach in PatreniaSpeaks. PatreniaSpeaks is a platform that aspires to help you to transform. We awaken, activate, and elevate you to different levels. We want to welcome you to the initial installation of our DreamBuilders Series. Let me explain this a little bit. Within the PatreniaSpeaks program of products and services, we have a Dream Builders community. And in that Dream Builders community, we have people who are longing for something better in their lives. They know that they're meant to do more. They know that the Creator has seeded some creation inside of them that if they die with it, they would not be fulfilling all that they are meant to be. So you have longing. You have some people that are moved by discontent, that what they are meeting, if you can't find a way, then you make a way. So you have these creative tendencies. But how many people do you know that are smart and brilliant, but have not moved forward in their lives? They've fallen short of the potential that was seated inside of them. They have not manifested. So toward the aim of helping others to make that journey on building a dream, and not just having a dream, but constructing it, we've come up with a structure of masterminds, of putting your dream to the test. It's a John Maxwell book. We are also using the Path Purpose, which asks the 5 critical questions that help you discern what's your purpose so that you can begin to live a dream and live a life aligned with that purpose. And we also talk about how do we create the mindset to become what we need to be to achieve our goals. And we'll do that using John Maxwell's book on growth. 15 invaluable laws of growth. So we're using masterminds virtually as well as face-to-face events. And we're bringing a whole new element into the work that we do, because on the journey, sometimes you just feel like, wow, am I all alone? Is this dream really important? What happens if I just give up and shrink back to what I've always been? When those moments come, we want you to be able to plug into role models. And our first session today will be with an out of sight, just dramatic lady that has made a difference, made an impact in the world of health generally and dentistry specifically. But what she's doing is beyond dentistry. I can't wait for you to hear our discussion today with Dr. Amy. So I'd like to welcome you to our Dream Builder series, where we have as our very special guest, Dr. Amy Traore Shumbusho. And I hope I didn't butcher it too much. I butchered it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Oh, thank you. We are very blessed to hear and sit at your feet and just ask questions and learn so that we can be the leaders that we need to be. We're here this afternoon because success leaves clues. We want to inspire, educate, and motivate to fulfillment. You know how many people start on journeys of a dream, something that's burning in their bellies. They start and somehow they just never get it done. Whether on the journey they have distractions, or they question their mission, or they run out of resources. We have so many reasons for detours. And Les Brown talks about that when I think the expression actually is that graveyards are the richest place in the world because it's full of so many unborn dreams. So our mission really is to die empty. All of those dreams that are inside of us, all those passions, all those purpose that the Creator has seeded inside of us, let's empty it out and bless the world. So when we looked at models for that, and you begin to say, who seems to be doing that? We want to run down this resume, and then we'll have her add some more to it. Dr. Amy, as she's very affectionately called, is the founder of Nigeria's largest dental practice. And so the headlines would be voted best dental practice for the last 5 years, yes. She runs a team of over 50 hygienists, dentists, all kinds of support staff. She's expanded from Lagos to Abuja and beyond. And really the whole mission behind Smile 360 is beyond dentistry. That is not just the technical medical thing, but it's the life that it unlocks for you.
I like the way you put it.
Yes. And it's not just for paying clients, it's also for people who are not able to afford that smile, who are not able, if they're suffering from all kinds of different things. But I want to talk about your project Smile as well. So she's got a for-profit and a non-for-profit, but all of it is about bringing a dream to life and affecting others. So I just want to start by saying thank you.
I should thank you. Thank you, Patrenia.
No, well, thank you for blessing the world with your dream and not being selfish and holding it back for something that may have been more convenient, something that may have been more accepted, right? That linear life, you finish school, you get a husband, you have kids, and you live happily ever after. But you're making so many other people have happily ever after, so thank you for that.
Welcome. I'm so blessed to have a team around me, and I'm so blessed to have them follow my dreams. Okay? Because at the end of the day, what I say is, for me, I set the mark.
Yeah.
And every day I challenge myself to break it down, to get people to understand where I'm going, to get them to believe in that vision and follow me to make it happen. So at the end of the day, they are the ones who should celebrate today.
Awesome.
Because I set the pace and they were able to match. And every day they're showing me that they can do it. They can do it. So I celebrate the whole team today.
I like that. So it's often said that if you understand something very well, you can state it simply. So clarity around a dream is also important. Tell us what helped you with your clarity, and how has that been a leverage for you to bring people along with your vision?
You see, for me, what helped me to really set this vision to transform the way dentistry is practiced, it started from how much discipline I was in myself and how much I believed that we deserved more, we deserved better. Of course, training abroad, in France, and having some continuing education courses in America, I just thought to myself, why wouldn't this be available in my country? And decided to make it happen and even go beyond, the standard that you even see out there.
Okay. Tell us your story. What is your story? We see the headlines, best dental practice in Nigeria. We see thought leader in Africa. You're sought after. Your doctor, ask Dr. Amy. What is your story? Tell us this little girl, how she has grown into being the woman in front of us today.
That's a long story. I don't know if you have enough minutes to keep that. But at the end of the day, I just want to say that it has not been easy all the time. We had to come through crisis situations that taught me that no, you're not giving up. You have to make sure that you still stay strong, in line with your dreams. So of course, studied abroad, came back, worked as a consultant in various practices, for about 12 years, and going around various practices, Lagos and Abuja, I just thought, yes, putting all this together still doesn't give me what I want to see, what I believe patients should see, what I believe dental professionals who are working along us, dental assistants, other doctors, I don't feel that they were inspired enough by what I was doing. So I thought,
there was a gap.
There was a gap. There was something that was not, I was literally, matching what I found here. And I just thought to myself, no, I need to set up outside this structure something where I could just let my dream go and express myself to be able to inspire others, to follow me, and then of course serve the population, and make this country, better from the health perspective.
Okay, okay. You know, there's expression, if you can't find a way, you make a way.
Yes.
So the standard that you found was not where you envisioned it to be.
Yes.
I want you to tell me about some of those elements that you envisioned. We've talked a little about the sensory, you know, when you come into, when you come inside your office, you immediately smell, and it's like a woosah. It's like a sixth sense, you know, energy. We relax. I sent one of my colleagues here from America, and he'd been suffering from a toothache. And when he came back to the office, he immediately said, "Wow, that place is so much better than my practice in Virginia. We need to import Dr. Amy into America." So this didn't happen. You know, sometimes people see the result of your work and they think that, one, you were destined to do it, and it, you know, it just happened. I want you to break it down, and I'm going to see that with you. Hold on a minute. I just want to share with you.
Glad we sense that.
You are speaking to women and men who are working through a mastermind called Putting Your Dream to the Test is one of them, where we take the dream plus some action to get it to reality. But the foundation is asking 10 very important questions. And if you can say yes to those questions, then you have a dream worth pursuing. And so I want you to share some of your examples. And so I'll be asking you about ownership. How did you know it was your dream and not somebody else's? As well as the clarity question, but the fulfillment gap. Okay? The other books and topics in our mastermind series for dream building is Path of Purpose. So these two really are the foundation for how you then build your action plans to move forward and implement and do a plan, do, check, action cycle so you can improve and do your work. But this really needs to be grounded before you can move forward. So these are the people you're speaking to. They're dream builders, not dreamers. We're dream building.
I'm glad. I mean, you're doing a fantastic job because honestly, we need to hear more stories.
Yes, we do.
I personally, you know, research, you know, for stories of people who have done followed the same path, who have been, you know, just to get inspired.
Yes.
Those are the things that we need to do because we know that a lot of time we have that fear.
Yes.
And that's one thing that I always tell to my staff. There's abundance and there's fear. Which mode are you into?
Exactly.
If you are in fear mode, you know, you can't make it. Just think
abundance. You can do it.
And then you can do it.
And then, you know, one thing that I coach my clients around is that fear is a good thing because it keeps you from crossing the street when the car is coming. So fear is helpful to protect you. But what you don't want it to do is drive you. So fear is there to keep you safe. But when you get in the car, don't let it drive you because you won't go anywhere. You'll be paralyzed. It should not paralyze you. So if you really want to go somewhere, put the fear in the back seat and you still drive toward your abundance. That fear helps you to be careful, let's say, and self-preserve, but it should not restrain you and constrain you from the gift that's been planted in you.
Coming back to the senses that you talked about.
Yes.
Our tagline, and we took time to come to that tagline, is beyond dentistry.
What's beyond dentistry? What does that mean?
Everything else. You know, when you come in, you have to feel those five senses.
Yeah.
I know sometimes people tell us, oh, we feel even beyond the five senses.
The sixth, the energy.
Yes, that energy has to be there and is there with the team, I can tell you for sure. Now you know that coming at the dental office, I mean, I will tell you, I spend my summer holidays going in and out of the dentist, having, oh yes, I'm a dentist, but I have feelings too. Feelings too, I
love that.
What you feel when you come into the dental
empathetic
office.
leader.
It's
I like
important. So we decided that, okay, we're not going to have those chairs, those benches where you're waiting for your turn going into the dentist. We want to make it as comfortable as possible. And this is the setting of our dental office, you know?
Yes,
and
it's cozy.
The smell, what you watch on TV, the aromatherapy, you know, the music, just everything to just make you
Yeah.
relax and forget that you're in dental office.
It creates a very, very positive association. So from an emotion perspective, I'm not sitting there saying, oh my God, chewing my nails, I'm afraid. So it's very inviting and it's very opening and very
So
welcoming.
it's something that's intentional. And of course the smile, everybody at Smile 360 knows that they must carry that smile. But from the heart, not that they have, and people see it like, coming to this office, how come everybody's smiling here?
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
important to us.
one thing I see though, because we met initially, my daughter was a patient. When we first moved from America, she came with orthodontics and we needed it to be finished. And I searched high and wide trying to find a quality provider, and your name kept coming up. So at that time, you were working as a consultant at Shups. What made you not shrink? And what I mean by that, oftentimes we start with a goal or a big dream, but we shrink it to reality. That shrink often comes when other people don't get it, or when you're stepping too far outside of the norm. What types of things, so let me ask it a different way. What was your lowest low on your journey to raise the bar of what was available in Nigeria?
Wow. My lowest low, would you imagine, was actually a time where I was earning the most. Because I was working as a consultant.
Okay.
Yes. And I got paid for my services. I didn't have to worry about the generator. I just come in, set my tools, see my patient, get paid, and then leave.
Okay.
So I was comfortable, I would say. I've not met that target yet, but I realized that didn't fulfill me.
Wow.
I needed more than that.
Okay.
I was able to offer what the practice or the structure could offer, and I was limited by other things that, because I wasn't a practice owner, I couldn't do.
Yeah.
Okay, and I realized patient needed more than just the skills, and that's what we're telling through our story beyond dentistry. That yes, the skill, the expertise is important, and we're really driving that to the highest level.
Okay.
But there are other things that if you don't put together, you don't get right, you can't, get to the level where we are. So really, building the other aspects is what has made us, being recognized as one of the best facilities here.
Okay.
Skills are important, but other aspects, of the practice, of the patient experience, of the expertise that is displayed, of the processes that are run, the operations,
the customer service, that living the brand of holistic. It's just amazing how many people have full lives. They have full pocketbooks, they have full paychecks, but they're completely unfulfilled. So what you've just described to me is your lowest low. Other people from the outside would have seen that grass is very green. You have plenty green.
You can buy as many, but for me, I just thought, no.
Your purpose.
Yes, so I started from zero. I remember when I told them that I was going to set up the practice, it was more like, okay, today's your last day. So I left from, I started from zero.
You moved from comfort.
Yes, and then
you had to go to learning phase, because we talk about that a lot, that comfort zone is comfortable, but nothing grows there.
Nothing goes there.
You've got to then go cross that fear zone, then into a learning zone, and then to actual growth zone. Where do you think you are, if I were to sequence it that way? Comfort to fear, learning, and growth. Where are you now? Where are you on your journey?
Now, definitely comfort is something that I do not
just left that behind. You like, and we're not looking back.
Anytime I feel comfortable, I'm like, I'm coming to shake you up now.
Okay.
So I am at a phase where I would say the fear comes in stages. Because we set up at some point, and when I started, I had 7 staff I was managing. Now we're over 50.
Wow.
So of course, in scaling up, from that level to the first setup we had, to moving to this new facility, of course I had to go through some financial institutions to get supported. And that was really a tough one. So there was that fear where you're like, okay, now, this is where I am. I've made it comfortably within my, why should I move to the next level?
Exactly, because a lot of people would look and say, haven't you arrived? And when you arrive, let's park it. But there's something different about you, Dr. Amy, because you just keep on reinventing. I know when I came here, you were showing me the veneer machine. So much money. When you look at Africa and medical tourism, when you look at I'm hurt or something's wrong with me, right? I've got to travel and pay the flight. I've got to go take care of the hotel. Then I've got to pay the medical bills. What I love about what you've done is you've imported the best from wherever you can go in the world. And people don't have to do that, all that inconvenience, because your healing process is influenced by having people around you that you love, right? And knowing that you're getting the best quality service just gives so much peace of mind. So I thank you for bringing that into Nigeria. What's next for you? What's next for Smile 360?
What's next for us? We have set up Abuja,
Okay.
Ikoyi, and the next level, after building those 2 premium centers, will be to see how we can bring dentistry closer to more population. So we're looking at a model where we can spread our cost, and I won't say a low cost, I don't like that because I talk about high value all the time. But we want people to have more access to dentistry.
Okay.
2 out of 10 Nigerians have access to dental care.
Only 2.
Only 2.
Wow.
Including national hospitals, government centers, and private centers. So you could see that it's so much. Has to be done.
Wow. What I mean, that's just a big field of opportunity, and a lot of people would shy away from it, but you're stepping up. Tell us about Project Smile, because that's another space for underserved.
I wanted to add something to the last question, because you could only do this building another center like Abuja, or even moving into the next project of a dental chain, if you understand your data. And I think this is something that is usually missing in our field, in the healthcare. We tend to see patients, process them, and then done. But if you're able to analyze your data and then run a market survey, you will be able to use those information, that data, to be able to, now, I know there's an opportunity there. There are people to serve, people to help. We're just waiting for that quality of service. And that's why we come up with a premium service in Abuja. But if we decide to set up somewhere else, we're also going to analyze that data and know that, we may not go with a premium service, we may go with something that is maybe at the scale that people can afford.
Yes.
And because at the end of the day, there's so many people out there that need to know. Okay?
Well, one thing you taught me early on was that so much can be learned from the mouth about the state of the overall health. Maybe that's a point to elaborate on, especially as you talk about the different scaling that you're looking at.
True. That completes the second part of my mission in the sense that I have a mission to definitely empower a generation of dental professionals to excel and giving them access to, high-end facility where they could practice dentistry like they never thought they could practice, in Nigeria.
Oh, really? Okay.
All the equipment and all the services. But we also know that without the public, without people consuming dentistry and being aware about how important their oral health is to their overall body, we wouldn't get patients through the door.
Exactly.
And people need to know.
Yes.
They need to know that if you're not well, it expresses through the mouth.
Yep. So it's a gateway.
Exactly. It's the gateway to your overall body. You stress, your dentist can tell. You have hypertension, diabetes, your dentist can even spot that.
Wow.
Your general practitioner. Cancer as well. So people need to understand those things. We don't talk about it enough. And once they know,
knowledge is power. No more, do better, right? No more, do better.
See better.
Yes.
Do better.
Yes,
so
I like that.
I want to talk about that. Project Smile is something definitely we can elaborate, but it's also about helping more people. Coming to Project Smile, I realized that not everybody can pay our services in a premium center like ours. And I realized that there's a population of young adults who are now facing the market where they're going for interviews and just facing social life. And because of the flaws of their dentition, they're not able to smile. They will be going to an interview this
Self-esteem.
or not even showing up.
Exactly.
And I thought, okay, what can I do to ensure that I make an impact?
And it's releasing potential, isn't it? Because that potential is locked in. Yes. I'm reminded, and maybe this metaphor just really connects with me when I think about potential and patience. Yes. Les Brown tells a story about Chinese bamboo trees that in order to grow these huge 100 feet tall trees, you put a seed in the ground and you put manure and soil and you water it every day. Guess for how long? 5 long years. 5 long years of tending and attending to and being patient and putting water on something where you see nothing until the 5th year. And then in the flash, within 9 months, it grows 95 feet. So the question is, did the tree grow in the 5 years or did it grow in the 9 months? I'd like for you to give some advice to people who are busy watering their bamboo seed. Busy watering. The world is looking at them wondering, why are they wasting their time? Why are they daring for more? You don't deserve more. Nobody in your family has ever had anything like this. You know, we can't even imagine what you're dreaming, but yet they're pouring. Yeah. What advice can you give to encourage them to keep on pouring and keep on believing?
This is an amazing, analogy, because I always tell people what you see now didn't just happen overnight. It took a lot of work where we were building people, we were streamlining our mission and defining, a lot of things. So Abuja, for example, it took us at least 4 years to be able to come to how we wanted it to be. We opened on the 20th of January. 2020.
Wow, 2020. Yes, we can see clearly now.
We can see clearly.
Clarity of the vision.
Just an analogy with the bamboo tree.
Okay.
It took us about 4 years to really fine-tune how, where, what is it that we want to see there? What are the services that we're going to push ahead of the others? Who are we serving? So just to say that you have to stay focused on your dream. Don't be discouraged.
Yes.
For us, we knew what was important. Of course, we got data. It's important you have
data. Data is important.
Know the people you're going to serve there. So know your clients.
Know their pain points. Know what they're being, information that they're getting from other places, what their friends are doing, what's happening in their environment, what you will unlock for them once you take care of the pain. Okay.
Yes. And then internally, we needed to work on streamlining who we are as a brand. Streamlining our processes, documenting our checklist. So you know that the way the phone is picked in Lagos is the same way it's going to be picked in Abuja.
Okay.
And how you're going to be welcomed here will be the same way. So how can we make sure that all these are documented and we can refer to? So we're really taking time to build our quality process and make sure it's easy to replicate.
And what you are describing, some companies come up with an image, right? They pay tons of money to get an image, but an image is like makeup. You put it on, you take it off. It has no depth. What you're talking about is a brand. A brand is all the way in the soul. So the customer service and that whole alignment and that everything being aligned is like without makeup, with that or with it, you're still getting. Yes. And you standardize and multiply.
Yes.
I love what you, that's very powerful. Because in those 4 years, people weren't seeing anything. So it's like Stephen Covey talks about our private and our public. And often what we do in our private life, well, it makes the biggest difference in what we actually manifest. And John Maxwell talks about that your daily agenda really determines what you become.
Tell me about that.
So how you spend your time. So oftentimes when like I'm slicing up my day now to say, I need some time for my own self-development, because first I must lead myself before I can lead others. So what am I doing to make myself the best leader I can be? That's invisible to others. right? Until they begin to experience it.
Yes.
But they may not experience it tomorrow. They may not experience it next week. But do I stop making the investment? No, I don't. Because I've learned that consistent persistence makes the difference in whether I'm ready when the opportunity shows up.
100%.
So that having the vision of where you want to go, oftentimes if I had a rubber band, I'd show you that if you start a process, and if this is my current, and I pull the rubber band just a little, it's not enough tension to fly anywhere. It won't end up anywhere. So oftentimes people play it safe, but they don't really end up with anything.
Stretch, yeah.
It's when you stretch. And in that stretch, you've got to stretch your capacity. You've got to stretch your reach. You've got to stretch your vision. Very positive tension. And that's what gets you to move up.
100%.
So what you doing, what is it? No one can do your push-ups for you.
100%.
What you do in private makes a difference in how you show up. I love that. 4 years to get the alignment, get the standardization so that you can multiply in Abuja in a way that's relevant to Abuja. Awesome.
And then the most important part, of course, has to do with the team, because I can't be everywhere. So how can I transport that and infuse that into the team?
Yes.
So again, it's not just about the skills. So we took time to build the skills, but we also took time to get them to understand our culture.
Mindset and skill set make a difference.
Yes. So
Yes.
now I tell them, look, you don't even realize how much you have changed, not in terms of dental skills, but even the way they walk. Yes.
Ooh, yes.
I said, I tell a Smart 316 staff team member works 50% faster than the regular, Nigerian. The little things like that.
Yes.
Because everybody is just so driven.
Success
And then
leaves
just,
clues.
Oh, yes.
Success
I
leaves
love
clues.
what you said about daily. And this is something that really helped me in achieving my dreams.
Okay.
It's really sitting down here and writing what I want to see in 2020, December. But I'm talking about it every day. Journaling, working on myself, because you see, you can't build dreams if you don't scale up.
That's right. Your body goes only where your mind has already been.
And you have to be ahead. I am already what I see in December 2020, but writing it every day.
Yeah.
I know I have my phone, my notes, but it's nothing like writing it also on pen and paper. It may sound like old school, but I don't know how it works for you. But I really like my journaling.
I have definitely shown that I'm old school. I enjoy the process.
It's important, black and white.
Yes, everything just rolls together, because for me, the way I learn and retain is I hear and I write. And through that writing, it makes me hear it a couple times, and it sticks with me, and it gets ownership. So how do you, teamwork makes the dream work, right? How do you cascade your vision and what you see to your team? Give us maybe your top 5 ways of making it stick and shift for them so they can be elevated as you would elevate.
100%. We have meetings, over meetings, monthly, weekly, daily, private mentoring sessions, etc. So it's something that, we have systematically, done every month, every week, where we're able to get everybody aligned, everybody reporting, and making sure that I measure if they're aligned with everything that we're doing.
But now that you've put all of those seeds basically in these humans, how do you now harvest that? What type of mechanisms or structures do you have to get those bright ideas, to get people kind of testing and growing themselves on maybe different aspects of the business?
Once you decide to scale up, I think your attitude will change, because when you're managing 7 people versus 50 people, I've learned how to trust them more.
Okay.
So I set the standard.
Set the target, and standard.
And you have to, and it's amazing what they can come up with.
So you're not prescriptive in the how. You're very descriptive in the what and the why. And then because you've invested in them and you trust them and they understand the vision, you give them the wiggle room. And I bet you money, if they hit any obstacle, they are then bringing the energy to overcome the obstacle because they own it. That level of
100%.
commitment is there. That's awesome.
Even for me, I feel so proud when I see them, finding solutions to some situations and coming up with, a project, workshop, and then they say, hey, Dr. Amy, this is a problem. This is the data we have.
And I've already solved it.
How we, the team that we've put up in place to be able to, research how we're going to overcome that. Just wait, we'll get back to you. And they come with the, results, the plan. They audit that and, decide on how to take it to the next level. No, it's I tell you, it's very fulfilling.
It's very powerful. I'm sharing PatreniaSpeaks here because that's part of my brand, part of the team that I'm building, and I'm even getting inspired about how to make it work. And in PatreniaSpeaks, we're really interested in taking people wherever they want to go. So something that I actually use in my work is a poem from A Return to Love by Marianne Williams. She says, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. Your playing small does not serve the world because we are all meant to shine. We are all born to manifest. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. When I read this, I think about the light that you are emanating, both for your team that you're building and have built, and for the patients that you're reaching and touching. When I walk along the walls, I see the transformations of the before and after of the smiles, and you can almost have a 3D experience with the confidence and the beauty and the pride that comes from how you're transforming lives. Tell me about the light that you're shining. You mentioned that you have stories. That light, tell me about that light that you're bringing.
Those stories, the words that are, over those images are just amazing. A patient told us, we changed her, she had a Hollywood smile, and she said, you know what, I can afford it, and I've always dreamt about changing my smile because I was never confident. I was putting on a lot of makeup, a lot of jewelry, and guess what? Now that I've transformed my smile, I realized that this is the biggest gift I've given to myself.
Wow, biggest gift.
When the hair is down, I'm not going into detail about how the hair goes down. When the makeup is down, I am alone, me and myself in front of the mirror before going to bed. I smile. And this is the biggest gift. It never goes, it's always there.
Yes.
Those pearls are always there with me, for me. So this is really amazing. Of course, you have the other story through the Project Smile.
Okay, yes.
Who never had a smile. Can you imagine someone
never had a smile
to express this natural gift that we all have?
Whoa.
Because when you smile, it does something to the person in front of you.
To the atmosphere.
To you. And not being able to express that gift, it's actually quite traumatic. Okay?
I can imagine.
Damaging.
Yeah.
So once they are able to win the Project Smile and are able to transform their smiles, we see how uplifted they come, how they're able to get a job they never thought they could, get married.
And that unlocks.
It just unlocks so many opportunities.
Wow.
So I love to talk about the power of a smile. What it does, to you.
Yeah, people always talk about, successful marketers are good-looking people. Successful marketers have, wonderful smiles, and, it's inviting because it's really a gateway to your soul. So you are helping others to just elevate their lives through Beyond Dentistry. I'm just excited about the work that you're doing and the stories that you're telling. What next? What next for Dr. Amy Beyond Dentistry, Smile 360? Have you reached the dream that you had in mind over 10 years ago? Or is there still more to come? Has it changed? Tell us about that process, because sometimes people feel like an imposter when they start and then they modify. Is it okay to modify as you go?
Oh, I always modify, adjust, but I modify with a plus, in the sense that You see, a lot of things have to come from you. You have to be able to be in a position where you can let your intuition and your faith guide you.
Spirit is so important.
Applied faith is really what I would like to say has guided me to be able to do what I thought I would do after 10 years, even before 10 years.
Wow.
You should be able to really believe in yourself, work on yourself, and for you to make this happen, it's important that you take some time to refresh, rejuvenate, and come back. If you are constantly within the business and doing, you can't think ahead. You can't be ahead. You're seeing the small stuff.
Yep.
And you're not able to, look at the strategy. So for me, it's very important that I stay focused on what's next. So thanks for the question. So many things that some things have come up as I was moving along. One thing that I really want to do is an academy, a Smile Academy.
Okay.
Because I realized that some of our universities are actually, the standard, are going down. Dentists whom I used to interview 10 years ago and those I interview now, they really need to see more, to hear more. So I would like
that's amazing.
Like a finishing school for dentists to be able to come in and get exposed and experience, what
like an accelerator. An accelerator. They got the base, but then you show them where they could go and they get a taste and maybe can decide on a specialization or something, right?
Definitely at every level. So that is the academy level. And of course, through a mastermind class to be able to also talk to other dentists that are here. So it's all about sharing, really. It's all about sharing more.
You bring up an excellent point about sharing it, and maybe we can land there. The 10th and one of the most powerful questions in putting your dream to the test is about significance. And really the definition is that you go from success to significance when let's say a person is successful when they've taken care of all their own needs. They got the money, they got the prestige, they've got whatever, right? All those tick, 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 tick. But oftentimes people's lives are filled or full, but they're not fulfilled.
Yeah. Oh, I like that.
So your schedule can be full of things, but if you're not fulfilled, you're always going to have this longing. And to think about dreams, it either comes from a place of longing or a place of discontent. And you described yours came from a place of discontent, but also longing for something better. You knew that this wasn't good enough. And so you were trying to move there. So at the end of the day, a life of significance is one that not only benefits you, but it benefits others. And intentionally getting there in life of significance. What do you think your legacy will be? Because I believe if we, evaluate your life so far, it's definitely one of significance. What would you like for your legacy to be? How would you like to be remembered?
I would like to be remembered for someone who has challenged the status quo in the private industry, for example.
Okay.
Where I'm looking at dentists. I have to come to the business side, okay, and be really open about that. I just came back on Tuesday last week from San Francisco in California, where I had a private course with about just 15 of us, dentists from the United States. And some of the most successful dentists, will live in Hollywood next to the, most successful, people in the States. And in Nigeria, I've always seen it as being a dentist being, you know what? All right, we'll come back to you. Like someone who has needs, it's almost like, you're a dentist. And I thought, no, why can't a dentist be successful?
Exactly,
you can be a health, professional and still run your practice in helping people, but still looking at it as something so successful. So I like to challenge, health professionals to be able to run their systems as something that can be profitable, can help them leave something behind for their children, and not just serve patient, and it's possible. You can serve people.
Yes.
And also being able to be successful.
So profitability, sustainability, outliving you, having the standards being maintained regardless of, so much in Africa sometimes is the face that's doing it at that moment, right? When we change from one administration to the next, sometimes, things change. I see what you're putting in place, having those pillars that whoever comes in, they learn it right away. So it's very clear what the brand is. So that's a big piece of sustainability and generational wealth. And as you create favor for others, the favor and the grace and the blessing and the benefits and the profits and all of that.
Everybody wins.
Everybody
The
wins.
patients, the dental professionals, and of course the public know that they do not have to travel out.
Exactly.
For the best that dental care can offer.
The best has come to us.
The best has come to us from the comfort of your your home.
I love it. I love it.
I
I just love the way your story unpacks and your brand and how you're touching people. I hope that it's touching us to let us know that as we conceive our dreams and as we build on our dreams, oftentimes having that idea that nobody else has does not make you, let's say the minority. It might make you a minority, but I want you to flip and think of the unicorn. Look at the unicorn we have here, the uniqueness, that quality, that secret special sauce that Dr. Amy has brought to this environment. And when you're lifting a bar, do you not think that other practices are watching? They're lifting as well. So when you begin to lift a standard in the industry, it's not just your individual business. Everybody now is lifted. So at the end of the day, it is about elevating. So thank you very much for taking a few minutes with us today. Thank you. And thank you for our listeners. I hope that you're taking some value and some valuable lessons, because success leaves clues, and we've gotten some clues today. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Thanks.
All right.